Well, hello there everybody, and welcome to the channel. If you do like today's video, please like, subscribe, and let's get into it. So today I will be doing a Season 6 tier list for Ranked, because I know a lot of people this season are trying to grind towards Masters, so it's always good to know what characters you should be using, what characters you shouldn't be using. There's going to be... I'm going to make 4 tiers this time, like last time. So there's going to be the don't use tier. Then there's going to be the they're okay, but only to a certain point. There's going to be the good tier, which is, you know, it goes bad, then it goes C tier, B tier, A tier, S tier. S tier you must have in your team. It makes such a big difference, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to start with the bad tier. The bad tier for me, Octane, still in there. This guy's every season. Don't get me wrong, if you are good enough with Octane, you can use him in Ranked. But from a point of view of average players, he isn't much of a help, because he doesn't bring an ability that can help you on like World's Edge really. Like most of the things, if you've got a jump pad, yes you can reach them, but people just shoot you out the skies nowadays. I've been getting headshotted out the sky like constantly recently. Absolute constantly. Like people hitting 8 out of 9 headshots in the sky, which is just ridiculous. So for me, he's the first one in the bad tier, and he'll stay there until they do a full rework on him. Next, Loba. Loba, I put her in there last season and she's still here, because there's nothing she brings in Ranked that can help you in situations. Yes, she has her disc, so she can throw a disc and so on and so forth, but at the end of the day it doesn't do much for you. It doesn't do anything for the team. Her vault thing doesn't do anything for the team really, because everyone knows what loot you want this season. You don't really need to steal it, you can just craft your own energy ammo. So she's kind of gonna made her useless there. Like, yes, you can steal from the vaults, but what's the point? We used to steal gold armors because gold armors were really good to steal, but there's no point this season. With them reducing the damage and stuff, it just went and made her whole point of being in the game even more useless. All she is a big character who's got a disc. Obviously, some of you might not agree with what I believe I say here, but this is just my opinion. Okay, I think that's it for the bad tier, because the bad tier is like there's only 2 players. Let's move on to the B tier. So the B tier for me, I'm going to put Rampart in there, because at the moment, yes, I know she's very good for setting up in an area. She's good as the meta of Rampart, Caustic, Watson. I know, but this, and all someone has to do is shoot it once before it's even loaded, is just bad. Yeah, caustic traps are tiny, so like caustic traps, you've got to be on point to put one of them down. You've got to see it first. This thing's just that big. Like, most people have been having to place one behind another, to behind another. Even then, if it's not fully loaded, it's just gone in one hit. And these, punch them twice, destroyed. The whole thing. You don't even need to shoot it, just punch it twice. So that's just completely useless. The turret, in my opinion, yes, you might get it down, but it's gonna take way too long to use. Like, someone's just gonna shoot you out of the turret with a Kraber. If you're sitting in a turret where your head's just invisible, you're just a sitting duck. Next for the B tier, in my opinion, I'm going to put I don't know. I'm gonna put Pathfinder there. Pathfinder, yes, he's got the grapple, but sorry, not Pathfinder. I'm gonna put Pathfinder there because yes, he has his grapple, but every 30 seconds is still quite long. Like 27, and this is with a gold helmet. Let me take off the gold helmet. Let me see if he's still every 30 seconds. So every 35 seconds, that should have been reduced. Like 35 seconds is a long time in a fight in a high tier rank game. Like, just having one of these is not good enough. There's enough zip lines on Kings Canyon where you don't possibly need a zip line. There's like 2 places a zip line is helpful, and that's sorting, and that's legitimately it. and probably Skyhawk. But other than that, Pathfinder, only a B tier. He's, you know, he's good, but he's not as great as he used to be. For the B tier, I think that's. I don't know. I'll put. Okay, this is a controversial one. He can either be B or A Mirage Cam, but I'm gonna say he's B, and the only reason is because of how many people are using Bloodhound this season. Bloodhound, if you go in a Mirage ult and Bloodhound scans you, when he scans you, you can see which Mirage is the Mirage that is which isn't the decoy. It puts a little white yellow dot over him. So even with scanning even with using your ult running away, you can also hear his footsteps, which I would have rather just stuck with the old one. The old Mirage ult was so much better than this one, and the decoy not many people are using to control him anymore because it doesn't really help you much, you know, just go into a fight. Because people can kind of tell which one is and isn't. Because if I've got a gun out, look, he's got no gun in his hand. I have. He should have a gun in his hand too, so people can't. So there's more of a defining. Yes, I know he's got the res, but in the point of view of the game now, was still with having the point of the game now, and still with having Crypto the way he is at the moment, and with having Lifeline, he's kind of moved down. I think it's time to move on to the A characters, in my opinion. So for the A characters, this isn't a need, it's kind of more the way you play. I'm gonna say Gibby. Gibby he isn't a need, but he is very, very strong in ranked. He's always been very strong. That 75 shield, if you're in a Revenant Assault, that shield carries over to the Revenant Assault. If you are in a situation where you're backed up against the wall, dome, perfect thing. If you learn to fight around this thing, you are a formidable Gibby. So hard to take down. And Gibby, obviously, if he goes up against the Wraith, Gibby takes less damage, Wraith takes more, so Gibby can be strong. So Gibby for me is an A tier character. Now, the other big guy, Caustic. Caustic is one of the best endgame players on the game. No one compares to Caustic in endgame. That's the only reason that Caustic I'm putting at A tier, because endgame wise, he is formidable. Like, legitimately, you can just win an endgame solo with Caustic. You give Caustic the gold knockdown shield, you allow him just run in there and throw all his ult around. There's nothing no one's doing. No one's getting out of that alive unless they've got a Caustic as well. And that is the only thing with Caustic. Unless they have a Caustic, it doesn't do it. They are really, really buggered. Next one, Bangor. Bangor's ult got upgraded this season, so her ult coming in quicker actually makes her quite better, because you know, she gets that ult a bit faster now, smoking out. The Bloodhound and Bangor combos back, I believe. So if you've got a Bangor and a Bloodhound on your team, just smoke out everything as soon as you get in there, and then all Bloodhound has to do, go on his ult, keep scanning every 6 seconds. He's basically a permanent UAV at this stage. Like, he's so strong, so strong. Then the next one is going to be Lifeline. Lifeline for me, she has to be A tier. Lifeline, if you are a good Lifeline and you stay really close to your team, allow your team to run in first. You sit back just behind them, just so then if one of them goes down, you can instantly use your ability, start fighting. They can drop behind you then. The other one goes down, fight, one goes behind you then, and so on and so forth. Like, I have seen some Lifeline mains do this all game, and it is, unless you can get the Lifeline down first, the team is hard to take out, especially if they've got someone like if they've got a Wraith and a Lifeline. Like, Wraith can just portal away, so once that Lifeline's got them up, they can just walk into the portal, and so on and so forth. I believe this season there are 3 A tiers that are very important. So Watson, again, I'm going to put her at A tier, because Watson, I believe she is good. She can hold down a room better than 90% of the characters on the game. Yes, I know the update they just done on Crypto means that Crypto now No, the Crypto just destroys everything she puts down. So I know that's the new update, but she's still quite good for if you like to hold down a space. Like, no one can just run up on you. They'd have to Crypto, but then she'd just put her stuff down, and obviously her ultimate works good against herself. I believe that is all of them, other than the A tiers that I have left. So now on to the S tiers. S tiers for me are very important in the game. These are characters that you've at least got to have one of these on your team in rank nowadays, because they're just so strong. So A tiers for me, Bloodhound, I'm putting in an A tier this season. His ability got such a buff, so that ultimate with a scan every 6 seconds, it's like you've got a permanent UAV. If you get in a fight with Bloodhound, you just keep scanning and scanning and scanning, and then you knock someone, you keep getting your ultimate back. You legitimately keep on gaining time towards your ultimate. So it's so hard to take him down. The other one for me, Wraith. Wraith has always been there, and just because of her abilities, her phase makes it so she'll never be out of S tier, because she can literally counteract every character. She gains a speed boost, she can see people while she's in a phase now. She can get away from a fight better than any other character on the game. The only bad side about Wraith is the increased damage. And obviously with how the shields are this season, increased damage with only a purple shield, you do not want to be doing that, because you've only got 175 health. And then the very last one.
Thanks for not giving up on me.
Oh no, there's actually 4 in the A tiers. So for this one, I'm going to say Crypto. Crypto, very important this season. You can use Crypto's drone to revive someone at a beacon. So you don't have to be next to that beacon. You can just fly his drone to there. So you don't have to put yourself at risk of dying due to someone just full on head rushing that beacon. You don't have to put yourself at risk with that. His drone is so you could just stun a whole team. It's just so strong. For me, it shouldn't be able to go the distance it goes, but obviously if you get it there, you just stun it, boom. Plus in rank terms, every time you scan someone with Crypto's drone, you don't even have to do damage to them. You can let your teammates do the damage, and you can still get the reward from it. Just like Bloodhound. If Bloodhound scans someone, and then your teammates knock him, your teammates, you'll get an assist for that. So it's the same with Crypto. That's why they're very good for ranked. If you aren't someone who's always in the fight, pick these 2 characters, and you will easily gain points very quickly. Very easily gain points very quickly. And then last but not least, Revenant. Revenant's ability is still ridiculous. Still ridiculous how you can legitimately just head rush a team not knowing what's going to happen. He can shut down anybody's ability. He can shut down Wraith. He can shut down Gibby. He can shut down Caustic. You name it, he shuts them down. Which, in my opinion, is just the only person he can't shut down. No, he can shut down another Revenant. And that's what makes him so strong in my opinion. So if you do like the video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.